Omar, you get people to sit down, please. Hello, Assalamualaikum. Can I request the speakers to come to the front, please, and to find the seat? Our third speaker, Dr. Farah, also is a very active speaker. I think she averages about 2 or 3 speaking assignments a week, if I'm not wrong. She is at alums, and she's also running her own technology business. So when people talk about women empowerment in Pakistan and this being 2018 and all, I think it's only fair that half of our panel is hopefully representative of the dreams and aspirations of 50% of Pakistan. Our last speaker, Kashif, also has a long and checkered past, and I say checkered because I know Kashif extremely well. That he will allow me to take liberties with this introduction. Kashif is currently the CEO of Rice, based just outside. So this is our stellar panel for today. The evening is that each speaker will come up and speak for approximately 15 minutes. There is some leeway on that, and no one will get the hook unless they really go overboard. And I'm sure that won't be the case. Now, I'm sure that all of you will have questions. That is why you're here, because you're curious about the decisions that these speakers have made and how they've gotten to be where they are today. So I would request you, however, to hold your questions until the final is done. And that way we can then open up you can ask whatever you want without hesitation. I would like to wrap the Q&A by 8:45 because dinner will be served at 8:45, and I don't want to assume that all stay with us for dinner, but I would love it if you did, because that's when the real networking happens, when everyone is, has something in their plates and in their stomachs, and then they can truly relax and enjoy the rest of the evening. With that said, please welcome Madina Parvez.
Everybody hear me? So, we get my presentation up. First, like to thank Omar for this opportunity to bring to this platform and be tonight. Although my program as accomplished or as good as my fellow speakers tonight, but I feel very humbled to be here. I'll begin by giving you a little bit of who I am and what I like. And then I'll through the journey of my life and the decisions I've made. So I don't have that advice to change lives. So may I ask how many of you have their favorite alphabet? Well, this one's mine. Letter E. So none of you here? Letter E makes me stronger, powerful, happy, giving, every day. The first E in my life is my beautiful love, Ishal. She's brilliant. She's also she makes me happy, makes me driven, gives me inspiration in the day. In short, she's the reason for my existence. One by the way, she's right there. The second E in my life motivates me every single day, and that's my work, my passion. It is the reason why I get out of bed and look forward to going to work. I preach entrepreneurship. I am an entrepreneur. This is a brief background to what I have achieved so far. I'm a Fulbright scholarship awardee. I went to the US. I did my MBA in entrepreneurship and venture creation. I came back and I started working with startups. Currently, I am heading the incubation center at the University of Central Punjab. At the same time, I co-founded my own startup with a brilliant co-founder, Salman, and we run a consultancy services company where we extend training and services in impact-driven verticals, entrepreneurship, innovation, digital skills, and communication by the name of Demo. Prior to that, I was also an intrapreneur where I joined NUS Business School and I set up the first entrepreneurship and innovation management. I also worked on several board projects. I was also part of Easy Pesa at one point in time. So while I was talking to myself, no way I'm claiming that I'm successful. No way. But then each other's profile, we see them on the pedestal that wow, this is what they achieved, so successful. And this is the first picture that's in our head that wow, this is so smooth, so nice. My success pattern is somewhat like that, even messier. I'm in front of you today. I feel confident, I feel powerful, I feel good, I feel happy, I feel confident. But there was a point, I believe, in everybody else's life that there are ups and downs. And we've had our fair share of problems. At one point in time, I felt timid, I was scared, I was extremely doubtful of my ability, I was scared. But most of all, I was doubtful as to what would happen. Around 9-10 years ago, my husband and I decided to part ways, and everything changed all of a sudden. It was a difficult time of my life, and it was when that particular night I remember vividly that I was because I didn't know, what just happened. I was angry. It was then my daughter she was only 3 years old and she was sleeping. First E in my life gave me hope then. At her beautiful face, probably the prettiest sight I've ever seen, I remember distinctly. And I thought to myself, would I ever want her to wake up to a feeling and looking mother? I had to accept this. I had to move on. Inevitable. I can't run away from it. So the important thing is you accept and move on. So in life, there are constant adaptations you have to make do. So I preach that is a very important concept that entrepreneurs look for. They turn into opportunity. So this particular scenario is problematic for me in my head, right? But I wanted to turn it into an opportunity, and I should turn it into an opportunity for me to be a happy. I was very fortunate to work in one of the most innovative companies, that is, I joined Easy Pesa, working on fantastic financial services. In fact, Easy Pesa was the first one to launched branch-led campuses. It was meaningful work. We were making changes every single day. We were empowering micro entrepreneurs. We were making who never had a bank account empowered. We were talking marginalized segment of society that could not even think of having a bank account or making transactions. So, I landed at a fantastic place where I knew that I had the opportunities to learn these skills, the kind of technology, the people I networked with. It was here that I wanted to make use of this opportunity to grow my skill set, to grow as a person. It was then that I decided my business skills because I was working when I was married, so it was a good. So it was a 5-year break that I had, and after that, I had to go back to lifestyle. So again, I made use of and I wanted to convert it into a community, and I thought of applying for a scholarship. And you wouldn't believe me that I was that when I discussed the option with my family and friends. They were like, "How can you manage a little girl studies in a new system in a new environment?" Of course, she was the reason why I moved on. The reason I felt way, so I did it. I still recall that time that I was told that I had to take a year. And those of you who were pretty for the most daunting task ever. It looks like a stuff. I wasn't good with mathematics, so of course I had to take tuition. So I had to the tuition center, USCF Pakistan, train tuitions at that time in Islamabad back then. Every night after 6 p.m., after for 6 weeks I had this routine where and I had to take classes, etc. And I was fearful of that day when I had to take my so GRE is a computer based and once you're through with the exam, so you just take right. Voila, I got my results. Felt like a loser once again. It was such a pathetic score that I was like, oh my god, I never get the scholarship. At the time I recall, tears were eyes and I was contemplating on not my application, which was I had completely thought of it by that time. I was through with I was through with the recommendations. But then again, I thought, what not? What worse can happen? I don't have a scholarship. I will not have scholarship the next year, right? So I went on, I applied, and I recall one fine hot summer day. It was 9 in the morning. I remember that. And I said hello. And one of the others said, congratulations, ma'am, you got this. I started crying. I yelled out, "Jhoot bol rahe hain, jhoot bol rahe hain." You're lying, it can't be. The system got excited. Can you do without it?
You won't be able to record it.
So I'll just wait. What do you mean? Can you all hear me? So I was in I then chuckled because I was the principal applicant also. Principal applicants are the ones who are chosen first. And this I was in a complete disbelief. And I remember I went downstairs and I told my mom, still crying. She's like, why got this scholarship? What's wrong with you? Hold of yourself. I said, I'm not crying. You know, I don't believe it. That I am so grateful I didn't give up when I wanted. On the verge of giving up, I had everything ready. I just had to put in those pathetic scores, which I didn't want to. I felt pissed because I was applying for the MBA. I didn't want the other person to think, look at her again, applying for an MBA on a Fulbright course. I was so fixated on one particular, which we mostly do, I think we obsess about one aspect of life to the extent that we forget to see the picture. Thomas Edison is one of my favorite entrepreneurs and inventors. And this is what he said. Many of my ideas are people who didn't realize how close they were to success when they gave up. Just go on with whatever effort that you're making. Don't treat it as disappointment. There's an interesting phenomenon that we teach. I would agree with me here in the world of entrepreneurship. And I love this concept. I won't delve into the details of it. But then again, whenever you hit failure or you face failure, you pivot. Change direction. Craft a new strategy. Look for a new solution. A new way to solve a problem. But just don't give up. It is only when you give up, it is actually you fail. So again, taking the inspiration from what I said. Try again, that's all. You will eventually lead to success. In fact, failures are better because they lead to now, if we're talking about what is success, we're all in the pursuit of success. We could have different definitions of success. Success comes to that person who is conscious of success, who has this burning desire to be somewhere, to become somewhere. Just doesn't give up. Who is alert of looking for new opportunities. As entrepreneurs do. They're resilient. They don't only look for opportunities, they create them. I want to talk a little bit about my world. That makes me very happy because I have fantastic entrepreneurs who are making brilliant contributions in our society and changing the landscape. This Sarapuram, she is the founder of Slate Kamani. She's one of the few who looked for an opportunity. In fact, the problem existed, but she did something about it. Successful people are those who just sit and plan, but put their plans into action. They have to do something about it. So what she's devised is a fantastic solution. Connecting doctors with patients in rural areas. Pakistan has a population of 200 million, of which 1% are deprived of basic health services. She, the problem which exists, everyone of us knows. Nobody's doing anything. She came with a fantastic solution. There is a phenomenon in Pakistan, Dr. Bright. People have to have qualified as doctors to be part of their family, but they're not allowed to work after getting married. So she made use of that skill set, which was not being made use of, because whatever the circumstances is, so she looked to that problem as an opportunity, and she connected them on a platform, technology platform, with patients in rural areas, not have basic healthcare facilities. Through lady workers, other representatives, and then these doctors, of course, provide online consultation. Today, the company has 14 spread over across Pakistan. There are around 100,000 workforce of workers and midwives. 7% of them were not employed. She brought them into workforce. So she's connecting the dots so quickly that she's not creating an opportunity for herself, but everybody else around it. That is the power of entrepreneurship. This is how powerful entrepreneurs are. And this is how massively how Nancy to these phenomenal contributions. I want to end my presentation urging all of you to please follow the route of passion. If there is no pain, there is no gain. Your numbs, your pain, your passion. Please follow your heart and get the images that you want. There's nobody stopping you. If you want something, go get it.
Wow, that was really heartfelt. Thank you. I'm sure you all have questions. I know I have a lot of questions, but I'm going to hold back until we're with our other speakers. I would now like to Abbas. Abbas, come on up. Welcome, Abbas. Assalamualaikum. The voice working.
Assalamualaikum. Omar, thank you very much. And Madhya, that was inspiration. And you are absolutely lucky to have. So a big round of applause for each of you. MashaAllah. It's such a story of bravery, of hope. I feel extremely, whenever I will face a moment of rejection and dejection, despondency, inclusivity, I'm going to remember this story. So thank you very much. So guys, just a little bit about I won't take too much time. Myself extremely boring. I'm super boring to all of you. But because I have been invited by Umar, feels that I'm not that boring. With all my love and respect, I'm just going to take 2 minutes to introduce myself. My name is Abbas Arslan, and now my position is marketing director for Coca-Cola. And this position seems great to a lot of other people, but I tell you, every day in my life is not that great. And I'm running around one another most of the time, and I spend too much time in office. My wife hates me for this. My kids miss me a lot. Thankfully, they miss me because they're little. I think as they grow up, I feel that, they stop missing me. Most of the people who come to sessions like this, I really appreciate and admire them because they have a desire to be successful, to achieve something, to be better versions of who they are right now. That's really important. And I wish I had done that also when, about 5 years earlier. I still wish I can do that because I have so much more to learn. So this session is not really about me here, it's basically about you. So the most important thing right now is firstly to give you a round of applause. Now we are all here because we want to learn slightly more about success. And Madhya mentioned that success is very. So my success could be very different from yours, right? But definition in our mind should be really important. And one can always say, I want to be content and I want to have happiness, and some terms that you cannot ever define. That's fine. That's fine. But I remember the first day I went to lunch for my MBA, our professor walked in and he said, you know what, people do MBA because they want to have a job. Yeah, good for back in 2002 when I was at MBA, so I had gone in because I wanted to have a better job. Better job means more money, a better car, a better house, and so on and so forth. The problem is, you're part of a graduate. Even if you win it, you still have. So he asked us to take us minutes only, or if you can do it earlier, better. But define for yourself what is material success. Yeah, makes sense. So once you achieve what you think is successful, don't ask for more, and that will be extremely liberating. So if you haven't done it, I would request, because this is what I'm going to do, take a couple of minutes and think to yourself, materially what do you want? How much money do you want per month? What car do you want to drive? What kind of house do you want? How many vacations do you need? Just whatever you want, right? Keep it on a piece of paper. But once you achieve it, can we do that? I know. But it's powerful. You gonna take a minute?
uh, can I answer? Material success is never-ending process, and it will actually build up with the passage of time. I'm fortunate my material success is progressing. So it's a very difficult question. You ask to put everybody. I think it's very.
I know it's unfair. Yeah, it's almost unfair. But so when I was asked this question, I was I think 24 at that time, and my father is a civil servant. He's a retired civil servant now. So I've been brought up in an environment where money was never enough. It was more important to be respectable than have money. So my definition of success at that time was that I want to have one car, which I defined a car which should have an air conditioner and a TV. So it was equivalent of Toyota. I wanted to have enough that I could send my kids, if I had a son, to send to college and a daughter to send to Lahore Grammar School. And that was pretty much it. Everything else I thought, if I have these two checked, then everything else taken care of. The problem was, in 5 years, I had already done it. So, and yes, the problem is, and sir, the problem is that we keep on asking for more and more. And that's the trap. And for me, about success is knowing when to stop. Because, you can have the entire world to yourself and still keep on wanting more. You'll feel bad about yourself. And you'll not have the time to be free in mind, work on things, and really think about things which you really love. So I know it's extremely difficult, and these are some of the personal trainings that we all do. But yes, only difficult us better people. Anyway, so that was a lesson of life I thought I'll share with you. The thing I want to do with you guys today is To talk about risk, uh, one of the key things I have learned so far is if you don't take a risk, you will not take in disruptive success. And I've done that a couple of times in my life. I have not taken times that now in hindsight I think I should have taken that. But whenever I have taken a risk, net it pays off. So what I would also like you to talk is one career risk that you are evaluating right now and take in next, let's say, 1 week or 1 month. What's that? Just take 1 minute for yourself to identify that risk in your mind. And once you do that, if you feel speaking up about it for the rest of us, and if you don't, that's fine. Because that really help you also in your success.
Sean, I'm sorry, I don't get your question.
So, taking a risk in your career, or for example, if you're doing a job and you think, no, there's a business idea I should follow, it's a risk that you want to take. Or you're doing a job and you know that there is another opening in your organization, which is a new job, what will happen with it. But it could be exciting. Should you take that or should not take that? You know. So these are risks that you have in with you. What's the risk that you are now to take in next week, next 1 month, so forth, which is right now immediate, which is scary, right? Can you do that just in your mind? And what is the choice which is in front of you? Sure. Clear for everybody else also? You want to do it? What's scaring you? What is that you really want to do but still scared?
Fear of failure.
Of course.
Of course.
Specifically, what is that challenge? Generally, fear of failure we all have, right? Fear of failure, fear of death, being alone and so on and so forth. But one specific decision that you have to take in the next 1 week, 1 month, something which is very near to you.
I think it's using something that you already have with us.
No, I think this is not a general question. This is a specific question. Is anyone in the room thinking about doing something in the 4 weeks? You're scared out of it. I know I am. For sure.
I'm also going to do something for weeks, which is going to be a tough call.
Tough call, yes. That's what it is about. So, something about my personal life. The first one that I do. I used to be based in Dubai, Middle East. I was having a great life, and an opportunity in Pakistan, which meant my net saving had been reduced. Uh, my wife and my kids were extremely happy in Dubai. It was an opportunity to also spend a couple of years there and maybe perhaps apply for immigration to Canada, Australia. So, there was a life path that many people take, and I was thinking that perhaps that. But I took it that I will not go for developed markets. I will make my career in developing only, and therefore I came back to Pakistan, which was a very risky decision at that time, a very difficult decision. There was I cut my earnings by 80%, but with the promise of future. Some decision like this, which is there is a risk associated with it, and you have to take a decision. You can't.
But with this decision, you had a lot of prerequisites. You were coming home. You were coming to family. You were coming to the parents. You were coming to your old friends in the street. This same happened to me. That's why I think your decision was at that point was good. But another thing, developing and developed markets is another phenomena. But I think 80% you lost in the financial just for all these things. What mostly people are doing.
So this is obviously
Yes.
the many people who don't take the they go on the other side, but this is not right now what I did.
Yeah.
What I is done.
But we are actually
But
sharing our
sure. So, but what's important? So, what's important? What I want to encourage is realize what scares you has a clear downside and a clear upside, and you take in next 1 week, next 4 weeks, which is very near term, so that you can understand that there is a risk and you have to take a decision. And only taking big decisions make people great. So identify for yourself where the decision is, and then so what is that thing made? We'll move on to the next. Move on to the next thing. So overcoming your fear, taking a risk. This was the second key learning I had during my career. There's the last thing I want to talk about, and then I'll pass the mic to the next speaker. Being happy. Many of us are, when I talk to, let's say, around my friends, people I work with, generally if you ask people, people will start complaining. So, phenomenon that most of us generally go through, we are unhappy as a lot. And right, most of us, alhamdulillah, we are able-bodied. We are, Allah has given us mind which can think. Generally, there's things to be thankful about, right? We are still unhappy. So there is a major issue with us. And what kind of success do you have if you are unhappy as a person? Again, it's very wishy-washy. But what I will request you is that just identify for yourself something that you have done in the last month or 1 week, last 1 day, which has really made you happy at your workplace. That's the filter. At your workplace. Or let me put it another way. What's that one thing other than money which allows you to come to work? It could also be a girl in your office, that's fine.
Or handsome men.
Or it's the men. That's why I come to office, because I am a handsome man, many people
And humble too.
and humble too. Yes, one has to live with that. Yes, sir.
Diversity work. Diversity work.
Diversity.
I'm working for a publishing company. I'm given an assignment where I have to do something. It gives me, a kind of motivation. So I feel more prone to work. Come up with some different things.
Yes, great point.
I endorse.
I would say the challenge of creating new or something different makes you happy.
In a way, entrepreneurship.
I think for me, it's not rational different ideas, thoughts, different movements, which is what makes me come to the office. Because it's not different.
So I think what we're hearing is that drivers are coming to office or coming to their work, and realizing that fits you is perhaps one of the most important things, because you can always work towards a goal 10 years down, but you know what? 10 years down means that 3,650 days you have to work, and you're not yourself motivated for those 10 years. If every day doesn't make you, it's worth it. Those things are not something which are grand. हम पाकिस्तान में काम कर रहे हैं, that doesn't inspire you. What really makes a difference is to work with, the you have at the end of the day. Uh, this feeling that yes, I'm creating something great, or value for what I do. So these little motivations are the ones which mostly inspire people. So knowing what motivates you and trying to also share that with people around you so that they can help you become a better professional and a better human, also a happy person at work. A personal story for me is that I am generally very much happy when I am working with an idea. And I was a person that how do you feel working with solar? And I've been with this company for very long years. So in 12 years, I've stuck with this company because almost every day I'm working on an idea which is fresh, and I have many of my colleagues also sitting here. That's what I love. Um, Creating new ideas and working on something different, and something I will feel proud to share with my friends. Actually, many times we are itching for the candidacy so that we can also share on our Facebook, so that we can take pride in it. That's the kind of stuff which inspires me. And the day, for example, this is taken away, that ability to create, that is the day perhaps I will say, no, it's not for me. Um, so three which have helped me, and I did not know them day one. I have slowly and steadily realized that these things are happening. These are things that I will, and hopefully they can help you. The first one is have your own definition of success. Especially the easiest one is the material definition of success. इतने पैसे चाहिए, इतनी गाड़ी, ये घर वगैरह. Whatever it is at that time, stop yourself from trying to want. The second thing is know that there is no great business which is achieved without having to take decisions. So know what the decision is and take it. Don't sit on the no. And the third thing is know what makes you happy every day and really live that person. There's one question and then perhaps we can close.
What happens beyond that? When you how do you get motivated? Again and again. What happens?
Yeah.
How do you get motivated?
So at least to me, I can answer. I don't come to office just because there is the end of the month, which is coming in. Just described it. I'm working in this organization for the job because it gives me to create something. That's more important for me, and obviously money is the main factor. But what inspires me to do a good job and take a lot of shit from many people is because at the end of the day I do nice creative stuff. Good. Thank you very much, guys.
You definitely sold yourself short. That was not boring at all. Thank you so much. I keep telling my team not so much about money, but they're obsessed. We get the back and we say nice things. All my team is pretty much here. And, hey guys, come on, that should be enough. Like, right? But as Abbas said, I think have enough money, it's a problem. Whatever that enough money is for you personally, for someone that's 100,000 rupees, for someone else it's rupees, and for someone else it's $1 million. So whatever that enough is I think gets redefined. Abbas, thank you so much. Now I welcome Dr. Farrar. Everyone, welcome Dr. Bhatt.
Is this working? Pretty loud actually. Because I नहीं आ so चलो उसको पकड़ लो. Just thank you for inviting me. And those two guests were amazing. So I have to share some from my life, and I can start, wondering, but when I was a kid in my life and how I have evolved far, and some people also like Farah when I go abroad because I write my name with F-A-R-A-H. And when they call me Farah, then I tell them my father, liked the Farah. So therefore, he is after Farah. Never mind. I'm years old, so like 4 plus. And so when I wake up in the morning, interestingly, I have a smile face. I don't know why. So, but usually when I go to bed and I'm tired, I want my sleep. So if you are making noise, it's time for me to go to bed and I'm not happy. And I will be very angry. But yeah, morning is a new day, new challenge, interesting stuff. So yeah, I always get a little full of it. And I love this thing. I have stuff about myself, but I'm not as he is. When I was a rebel by all means. And now as I'm out of corporate world, I'm considered a disruptor. I'm cool about it. When I was growing up, in a way, I spent my early 10 years as a kid. I belonged to Peshawar because people ask me the question, are you Pathan? This is a crazy question. Okay, I'm from KPK. What do you want to understand out of it? And then I tell them, all right, my grandfather was from Peshawar, my grandmother was from Afghanistan, my grandfather was from Central Asia, my grandmother was from Punjab. I'm happy now. I say, yeah, it's okay, Farah, you're Pathan, it's okay. All right. So yeah, I was a rebel. And the first thing that I noticed about myself that dolls, girls play with it. She was not playing with it. She was doing something. Baking chemical. I saw you play. Yeah, that's great. It's not baking this time, whatever. So I was not playing with dolls. Dolls were beautiful decoration pieces because I was more interested in playing with my mini computer that my father got from Dubai at that point in time. And actually, I wanted to become a computer because I knew at the age of 7 the computer does two things. It has a memory, so you can say something to computer, and then at the right time. So yes, throughout my childhood, whenever I prayed to Allah, I said, "Computer banana, very well, my mother and my father will laugh. You got crazy. That's okay. I was always a crazy girl. One thing that I remember very vividly that somehow this expectation I developed that I'm the ugliest in my family, and somehow typical girls, mashallah, they're very pretty, and so my cousins were very pretty. All right, fair enough. Other big fish to fry. And that was the time when I stopped associating myself with the very typical, with your feminine traits. Somehow I disassociated myself. I was the person who was more interested in mathematics rather than doing literature and stuff. And when I went to Kinnaid, I took maths and economics, and it was a cool combination. But we were the girls famous for their library time. What typical girls need here now, library their maths question solvers, and that actually was a lot of kids. But I had another problem. So my friends were not in extracurricular activities. By the way, I'm not 40, but I was very much fond of stage. Though I had stage fear at that point in time, up to neither of them, but I wanted to make a point. I have to do this. I have to do that. I have to do that, which otherwise my friends and my cousins were not doing. So very quickly, I would like to tell you a story. As we understand, in all colleges there are councils. So at that point in time, and I'm talking about 91, 93, 94, 2008, we had council at that point. So I was competing for one of the clubs at that time, and one club that I was representing, History and Political Science Club. So yeah, I got elected as a first year rep, unopposed, great. I was so happy, so excited. And then in the second year, I lost. And then in the third year, I lost. And in the fourth year, it was very important because I was a council member. And guess what? Many and yeah, I was happy all the time. No, I developed a strategy around it. You see, so I said, all right, okay, she is very popular the first year amongst the class. So what happens usually that first year, second year elections, they are amongst the class. But the fourth year election is actually among the girls of the club members. So I had a strategy in my mind. So I was like 19 years old or so. All right, देखते हैं बेटे इस दफा कैसे जीते. So the same throughout the years. So I had very good networking with the members of the club. I made a show. The president of that time is my buddy. And yes, guess what? I won the election. I won the election by the poor girl only got her own vote. And then she went to the advisor, to the council. There must be some rigging going on. And then they counted the votes again. And they got only her own vote. And she was a council member. So your strategy do work. So what I'm just telling you, I went against the tide. I knew that she's very popular within the year. But I also knew that she's the least popular girl. Why she was not working at all, right? So she was getting the benefit of her friend of the year. And then no need to get disheartened, okay? So you have a strategy and you can definitely use you can definitely use your strategy. Perhaps you use your brain method. Alright. So my Canadian days were awesome. I was a council member. I learned so much. And I think I got a lot of confidence. And by the way, the impression that I had that I'm the other family who was terrified. I think I'm pretty good. I'm still there. So I moved on from my Canadian. And by the way, once I finished my Canadian, I wanted to become a computer scientist. I love the computers. But I didn't get admission in Taiwan. I didn't get good grades in graduate exams. Somehow, I was a bright student though, but still, it happens. But I didn't want to go to other universities of Pakistan at point in time. And I said, all right, Farah, never mind, career path. And then I did MBA. And MBA was exciting place for me. Why? Because, I think it was my MBA where I discovered myself. Unfortunately, the way we were taught at that point in time, and I'm talking about from 91 to 95, my college, it was a bad undergraduate program, by the way. But the MBA was developed very, it just like this. So my MBA was case-based, my MBA was case-based. My MBA was actually simulation based. So for the first time, I got exposed with the new pedagogy, and I loved it. And I think that was the time when I started thinking about it. And wow, teaching is not a thing to do because I love the pedagogy I was exposed to. Never mind. So I completed my MBA in '98. Saying that I was a rebel. So सारी दुनिया जहान के जो लड़कियां थी वो मार्केटिंग में मेजर्स कर रही थी, फाइनेंस में मेजर्स कर रही थी. And the was that finance was the toughest, and I liked the tough thing because yes, always go and versatile. And I wanted to do CFA, and I wanted to be a financial analyst for that matter. But my first job in marketing, and it was in Tetra Pak, and I was doing market research, and wow, it was fascinating. I love with numbers. So yes, numbers with a good story. So what I started doing. So I'm a data-driven person. I the data, I extracted insights out of it, and I started doing good stories. And I got fascinated with it. Everybody was telling me, finance, forget it. Now, this is the fun, when you dig into data and then you have interesting stories. To cut it short, after doing my MBA and after a couple of years in the industry, I got a very good opportunity to teach. And I got so much excited in my job. I got bus ready, I put PhD. And I said, all right, I'm going abroad. My father said, no, you can't go abroad. Why? You're not still married. So, yeah, okay, fine. Then fine. I would like to get married and then I want to go. So, he's scared of me, my father. Age of like, I told you that. So, like about 16, 17 years old, and there was something going on in the lounge. And my father said, हमने इसके लिए लड़का देख लिया. I said, what? Ladka? I said, don't you know me? You know what I would do? If you would ask me to get married to someone, I'll just tear down. My father got shocked. And he told my mother, he had shot me. I think they did it because otherwise they tear themselves from me. So I think I think I liked a man at that point, and I told my father कि यार बंदा पसंद आ गया, इसका इंटरव्यू ले लिया यार, अगर आपको भी पसंद आ जाए तो मैं शादी कर देती हूँ. So I remember Arif had an interview with my father, and it was in Defense Club. And the one thing that he told me on, this is what your father told me. ये बात सुनो, ये दो चीजें हैं. अगर ये ना की तो ये तुमको छोड़ दे. कौन सी दो चीजें? एक, पढ़ने से नहीं रोकना और पढ़ाने से. If you would, she definitely would. This call, इधर ये है, of course, वो शादी करना चाहता है या. Alright, I said, good, you got the boy now. Get me married so that I can go for my PhD program. But it didn't happen. Because man proposes, God disposes. It took me 8 years that I went to PhD. So Arif thought that she would forget. Of course, मैंने नहीं भूलना था. So I didn't know. So but struggling. And he kept on telling me, forget about it. Because meanwhile, I became a visiting coaching member, and I was a consultant, I was a researcher. And of course, I had a lot of stuff to fulfill my appetite according to him. But no, it was not it. I wanted something. And that was the kick of my life. Are you guess who said that? And I'm not getting it. No. It's simply not going to happen. So yes, I kept on working towards it, and then that came after 8 years when I received a call for a scholarship interview. Yes, I did a Commonwealth scholarship in 2007. Remember, I did my MBA in 1998, and then worked for a couple of years in industry. So by 2000, I wanted to go for my PhD, but got married in the hope that I'll go for my PhD. and it took me 8 years. So, 2007 May, I was interview. So, of course, I was very happy. And by the way, I was at that time, and she was 5 years old. So, I went to the PhD scholarship in Commonwealth Games. And this was a panel of four people. One lady, three gentlemen, two were professors. One was professor of physics from one of the local universities, one was professor of math from the local university, one was a professor from LUMS, and one was a representative of HSC. So this started conducting. So I had double maths and stats graduate program, but remember I did my undergraduate way back in 95. Appearing for this interview in 2007. Now the maths professor, he started asking me questions about heights. Oh my God. And the next guy, he started asking me the question about gosh, of course I don't remember. So after a minute, I realized that's not all. You know what? I talked to them. Why are you asking me these questions? Because I'm not doing PhD in physics or mathematics. I'm pursuing, I would like to do PhD in architecture. Why don't you ask me questions which are related to my future studies? This was my luck. Looking at me. And then rest of the interview was conducted by LUMS professor who was professor of economics, GC representative. And it was like 5, 6, 7 minutes perhaps. And when all the young people were so happy. And by that point in time, I was not that young. And I said, wow, Farah, you lost it, man. So then I joined my husband and I told him, ये हो गया है, ये तुम लड़की बहुत हो, ये तुम लड़की हो, पैनल में लड़ाई की है. मैंने कहा यार, they were nonsense. You see, there were questions about calculus and physics, insane. Never mind. But मैंने तो जाना हुई PhD. You know that? Never mind. Yes, I did get my scholarship. I was amongst those 10 scholarship holders. They were shortlisted. So I was amongst 10 scholarship candidates from Pakistan in that year, and it was 2008. And then out of 5, 8 went to UK, and then 10 got selected for this very prestigious PhD scholarship, and this was a scholarship for 4 years. It was a full scholarship. And I think about it, and I'm thinking, just imagine that day, if I could have kept myself quiet, like a very good girl, so much scholarship. I challenged. Shouldn't I challenge them? It's possible wrong. They were asking wrong. So yes, this is the way I live my life. And then I went for my PhD program. And interestingly, I had to fight supervisor in the very first year. So I'm making sense. So everybody, Farah, we should not fight. We should not have a fight with the supervisor. They can make or break. I don't care. Why? Because he's strong. But and I think I survived very well. But my supervisor came anybody actually. So he said, so he wasn't Cambridge, but to Imperial College, and he was a professor, whatnot. So he called me, and I wanted to talk to him. I said, what's his name? I said, yes, Dr. Mello, what do you want to say? He said, I'm telling you, you'll be able to do your PhD. What? The question, then I told him, no, the question is not, I won't be able to do my PhD. PhD I'm going to do. The question is, would it be a good PhD or not? Talk about that. You have to go against the tide. I tell you that you can do it. But if you have to yourself, and you have to say, all right, of course I can do it. I will do it. Yeah, मुझे तो नहीं लगता है कभी ऐसा हुआ that you have faith in yourself and actually you're very passionate about something and you wouldn't be able to do it. I didn't see that. Well, then came the time when I completed my PhD. My daughter was 10 years old. My husband asked me, क्या पाकिस्तान वापस जाना है? मैंने कहा हाँ जी चलते हैं फिर पाकिस्तान वापस. I promised. And by the way, when I was leaving from the PhD, I took my whole family with me. which means it was a huge hit on me. My friend was a man, by the way, but he told me that I was a word object. Remember, he was never happy with my PhD, so therefore it took 8 years. I said, it's okay, I will take a hit. Just come along with me, because otherwise I will be. I don't want to. At this stage in my life, later on, but not at this stage. And at this point in time, for sure. Because who's going to take daughter? She's just 6 years old. So yes, I think I had full faith in Allah. I went abroad, which means I went to the University of Cambridge. From there, I did my PhD. I landed in Cambridge in 2008. November 2008, I got such a great opportunity of earning money. And that was teaching, consultancy. And I was the one who was earning 45 pounds per hour. And I'm talking about 2008. See? So you have to face the tide if you have faith in yourself. And yes, I spent my beautiful 4 years because I was earning a lot. So I was going to different places, South Europe, and then I came back and joined Lahore. This is a very exciting place, by the way. And they go by the book. Now, a person like me, I said, now I am a disruptor. In their dictionary, this is like kaam kharab. This is called innovation. Guys, you're not changing yourself. So my problem is I cannot go by the book. So if you are telling me to conduct my class the way you used to, and I have a lot of respect by the book, it's all of this, it's not me. You know, I have to do things differently. So the last years that I spent in Lums, I did a lot of things. And now, of course, I am considered as a disruptor. And recently, I have launched this company. This is called EdTech. As it says, redefining experiential learning. So Lums is all about experiential learning. It's a fantastic place, of course. We live it, we breathe it. But it says that I want to do things a bit differently. So last year I launched the company, got myself incubated in National Incubation Hall, which is in the basement of the Engineering School of Lums. And now all the faculty are talking about it. That हमें तो इजाजत नहीं कुछ काम करने की, हम तो छुप छुप के सारे काम. But they just, they do all kinds of stuff. But look at her. She got this permission. Yeah, okay, I want to do it. So I went to the VC of Lums. I told him, see, this is my aspiration. I want to launch. Now you tell me, do you want to retain? He said, no, Farah, of course, you are Lums, you will be here. And so get yourself incubated in incubation center and launch your company. All right, good. And what I did. But now I'm heading towards the problem. Could you please change the slide? So now I'm heading towards another problem. Of course, ये मैंने जो company बनाई है, ये सिर्फ मैंने company नहीं बनाई है. So this company has products, right? Now these are academic products. So when these academic products will come to market, so some of my colleagues sitting at Lums saying that I am their competition. Give me a break, I'm nobody in class. How can I become your competitor? And that is the beauty of a disruptor. When you bring something innovative, even the strongest of the strongest company in town, thinking that oops, she or he will become the competition. I have developed these two very cute, they're still my MVPs as well this time, I will call it, right? They're my MVPs, they're not yet fully developed, and I'm seeing them inshallah in the next month. And there's a lot of skill in amongst the faculty, amongst the administrators. They competition create kariye. They have full competition. But they're not doing it actually. This is what I've been telling. So guys, essentially, just to wrap up, that whatever you want to do it, but with a lot of passion. And in this long game, you have to show a lot of resilience and persistence. And by the way, you have to live this. And you will face it on a daily basis. Persistence and perseverance. I hope you understand the true meaning of persistence. When you are hitting the hard rock bottom, se phir aap uthte and you start again. That is the perseverance. And that is the spirit of life. And failure doesn't mean anything actually. So my rule is very simple. My way or the highway. Thank you.
Mr. Umar, तो मैं एक क्वेश्चन है मेरा मिस फरा से मैं भूल जाऊंगा इसी पॉइंट पे कर लूं क्या मिस फरा ऐसा है कि इतनी निडर खातून क्या ये इनहेरेंट है गॉड या आपकी ट्रेनिंग का पार्ट है मैं भी सिखाना चाहता हूँ अपने बच्चे
सोच में
नहीं एक और अमूमन होता है फादर जो होते हैं ना वो अपने बच्चों को दिलेर बनाते हैं माइंड रहती है बिल्लियों से डर जाओ जिन तो क्या आपकी माँ कभी और या आपके फादर ने आपको कभी डराया किसी चीज से क्योंकि आप अगेंस्ट द टाइड गई है आपने हर इंटरव्यू में आपको कभी डर नहीं लगा ये पता ही
not at all. I think quickly. I think I am blessed. My mother was really scared of me. I know. I was never a conventional girl. So I was eldest, and then I had two younger. As I've told you, I was in the family. So I consider myself bigger. So therefore, I was very different. और बहुत दफा मुझे लगता है मैंने अल्लाह से बेटी बनाई क्यों यार That's the fact. Because if you are a girl, then there's so much that you do. People won't let you do. I hope things are changing, but unfortunately, telling me things haven't changed yet. Things have never changed. I don't care in any case. But so I think my didn't stop me, but my mother encouraged me a lot. And because there was something she thought, that's what she thought, because she didn't fall into that very typical criteria of a girl, a pretty girl. So मेरी माँ को शायद ये डर लगता है कि उसकी शादी करेगी. So I think because she was scared of that, so she did not encourage me to do typical things. So till my getting engaged, I did not go to the kitchen. Yeah, because I was never invited in the kitchen. That's another story that, after getting engaged, I went to the professional classes and I learned cooking for 4 months on MBA project. So that's the problem when you do MBA at a young age. Everything is a project. So yeah, and I think I'm on a pretty shift right now because I do things differently. But yeah, till my MBA, I didn't go to the kitchen. So my mother was scared. So she would not get married. एक तो खैर दिमाग भी ऊपर से पठान. So yeah, my mother encouraged me a lot. She was always standing behind me. And I have to give a lot of credit of my house. So including my father, my maternal grandfather, who brought a unique computer to the world. See? So you girls gifts like jewelry gifts aate hain, dolls gifts aate hain. My maternal father gave me a mini computer. So I think the things which actually encourage girls to do something just different, not very typical girls. अब तो मुझे लगता है differentiation ही खत्म कर देनी चाहिए. Seriously. So you tell her that she cannot do it. Excuse me, give me a break. Because, yeah, if he or she has the talent of whatever sort, he or she should be given an opportunity to do that. So मैंने बात अभी की थी कि let people follow what they, let people follow their, like, उनके aspirations to follow. और रूल भी एक बड़ा simple है, live and let live. Yeah. I hope I have the answer.
So he had an argument with an organizer of an event, and the argument actually took in. And I told them of the 30 people that they had invited, one was a woman. And I said, you could only find one woman space or any space in Pakistan, one. And actually, the other one was out of town. I swear to you, I was like, what? The other one, like, there's only in the whole country of 200 million people, women, there are only two. And one, oh God. After listening to Farah, I am very convinced that Pakistani women require no empowerment.
We are empowered by them.
There's no empowerment required. I think men just need to step out of the way. And women do what it is that they need to do, because what we can do is provide a supportive environment, and that, you know, those opportunities are not being down by old boys clubs, because that is just our last speaker for the evening, and the man standing between us is Mr. Kashif Pandi. Please welcome.
Very much. Assalamu alaikum. 8:45 time for dinner. It's 8:47. What I had planned.
No, please don't say.
Time
It's okay.
again. I'm just going to speak from what
No, please.